bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon sa piling mo. Di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na, Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pagkasenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo. Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago. Masdan mo ang paligid, alam ang mga krimen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. His Excellency Tuat Panya, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Cambodia to the Philippines. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Secretary Mark Villar and members of the Cabinet present. Eduardo Anyo, General, and the Chief of Staff and incoming, ewan ko kung tangkapin ba niya, local government officials present here, fellow workers in government, my beloved countrymen. I leave today for a series of official visits to Cambodia and China and a working visit to Hong Kong. In Phnom Penh, I will attend the World Economic Forum on ASEAN as chair of the ASEAN 2017. I am honored to join my fellow Asian leaders in articulating the interests of the 630 million ASEAN citizens in this forum. At the forum will be Prime Minister Hun Sen of Cambodia, the Prime Minister of Vietnam, and the Prime Minister of Laos. Together, we will be able to highlight accomplishments and developments of the 30th ASEAN Summit in Manila. We will have the opportunity to engage the larger region to discuss the common vision of Southeast Asia, our peoples. We will share our perspective on what still needs to be done and how we are going to achieve them as the united ASEAN region. We will underscore how government, in partnership with the private sector, CEOs, international organizations, and members of the academy can work together to achieve shared goals of our peoples and our regions. We shall seek to facilitate greater collaboration between governments and private entities to bring another 50 years of greater peace, progress, and prosperity for ASEAN. I will highlight our Build program as a platform for public-private partnership for positive change. As I have said before, our OFWs are our key partners in the national development. I will meet them in Hong Kong to let them know like I let you know that your government is doing for you and what you can do to become even more productive partners for positive change in our country. Upon invitation of the Chinese President Xi Jinping, I will participate in the Belt and Road Program for International Cooperation in Beijing. In this forum, we will explore opportunities for supporting infrastructure development, trade and economic cooperation, energy development, financial cooperation, eco-environmental initiatives, and people-to-people exchanges. We will use this forum to advance Philippine development goals. I will work to build greater mutual interest and confidence in the region with the Chinese and with the Mongolian Prime Minister. My meetings with Chinese officials will focus on a review of the political, security developments, economic, culture, and people-to-people relations. We will discuss recent exchanges between the Philippines and China and updates on economic cooperation since my state visit to China in October of 2016. Meanwhile, my meeting with the Mongolian Prime Minister will focus on a review of bilateral relations, particularly enhancing economic cooperation and high-level exchanges. I am eager to engage my counterparts to establish stronger ties of amity with other countries in the Asia-Pacific. In my engagements, I shall observe and expect full respect for sovereign equality. Only by doing so will we be able to advance our national interests and collectively push with our partners efforts to sustain growth, security, and stability in the region. Upon my return, I will immediately apprise you of developments. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan. I can take a few questions, maybe until about 5:30.
Ms. Chona Yu.
Haba-haba magtanong nito mga to.
Ms. Chona Yu of Inquirer Radio.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Just would like to get your thoughts of the acquittal of Janet Lim Napoles. As a prosecutor, what is the implication of her acquittal on
Hindi
her
kita
pork
makuha.
barrel scam?
Hindi kita makuha dahil sa
Okay.
acoustics.
Sir, just would like to get your thoughts of the acquittal of Janet Lim Napoles. As a prosecutor, what is the implication of her acquittal on her pork barrel scam cases?
What's that?
Janet Lim Napoles, sir. She's acquitted po.
She remains in prison, actually. What she got off was an acquittal on the illegal detention. Baski ako talaga, as a former prosecutor, I cannot think of how a person could be a victim of being hostage when he had all the while, all the opportunity to go out and never come back, and was even allowed to go home. It was, I think, no offense intended, sadya na ano. Sadyang nagpapreso. Because, as you say, we were all spectators to the development. And even the revelations with the nuns, and in the apartment she was, or he was, she or he was confined. There were several instances that had he really wanted to be free, he could have done it in several instances. Ako, yun lang akin as a student of the social environment. Kung gamitin ko yung pagka-fiscal ko, hindi ko talaga i-file yun. It's crazy. in and out, and several times he was left alone. But the police is facing charges many times over, and that yung plunder niya. As to the question of whether or not she could be utilized as a state witness, there's a law which says that one of the requirements, at least she appears to be the least guilty. If you are a major player, I don't know if you can do it. You can be, the court maybe will. It's up to the judge. It is the judge, the prosecutor, who would make the prayer by motion, and the judge will decide. And marami kasi, there is no other witness to prove your case. That's one. Second is that the proposed witness must appear to be the least guilty. So, if you are asking for an expanded explanation, it's just she appears to be the minimal player, not the major player in the commission of the crime.
Kayo, sir, as a prosecutor, do you see her as the least guilty?
No, it is pending in court. We lawyers are always advised never to comment because lalo na ako, President, I will be liable for contempt. And I might be arrested. And I am busy now with my job, disperse money for the Philippines. And I do not want to go to prison upon my return unless you are ready to liberate me.
Sir, last question. There are speculations that there is a sweetheart deal between the government and Napoles, and then you have appointed Lani David as BIR Deputy Commissioner, one of her lawyers. Is there such?
No, you have us understand lawyering. As we understand you, whatever you publish and say. Trabaho lang po yan. We have to earn our keep. As a lawyer, when we accept a case, the only promise there is that we will do our best. But we will not corrupt the truth. That is the line that we have to be conscious of.
Thank you, sir.
Lawyering, ma'am, wala yan.
Thank you, sir.
Oh,
Hi, sir.
si CNN pala.
Sir, the one-year appointment ban for the losing candidates in 2016 has already expired. Are you looking at appointing any of them now?
Well, I just appointed in one day, parang ganon. I was thinking of many guys, but I remembered General Semato, who served about in the years when I was a congressman, and he's a good officer, a true soldier, and I am impressed with this industry. Kaya naghanap ako ng tao, I reappointed him to be the special envoy to take care of the evacuation of Filipinos in the Middle East. And I remembered him to be truly a worker. He is a soldier. He will remain loyal to his oath. I can assure you that everything it would be all right, and the DNR is in safe hands.
Sir, but are you looking at possible appointees from the pool of losing candidates in the 2016 elections? Can you give us names, if any, that you are considering?
Puno na eh. Right after the elections, you have to face the reality of utang na loob. So ilagay mo yan sila doon. But for the key positions, hindi kasali yan. So the guy that must be appointed that position must measure to the requirements of the public office. Hindi yan pwede na basta-basta lang. And makita mo naman, they were not really at the scene of the crime. I mean, during the campaign, wala lang ito sila. Except that they were there and I knew them as friends. And I believe in their integrity.
Sir, just to clarify, si Mr. Cuy sa DILG and Mr. Manalo in DFA, are these appointments na kinukonsider nyo as OICs only po ba sila or will they be appointed in their in permanent capacities?
You really want to know?
I'm asking.
Who's the
sir.
next? Saan ba si... May I call upon the Chief of Staff? General Anyo, can you come forward and be counted as one of the Filipinos Sir, tinatanong ka kasi makulit yan si... You are now facing the next DILG Secretary.
Okay.
Kailangan ko kasi I have a problem with the police. And a military man, halos pareho-pareho lang yan ang, except that the police can really, mahirap ang police ngayon. I was reading, coming here, another spot report of 4 policemen, again, kidnapping, putang ina talaga ito, mga police na to. So, you need somebody who knows the police by the fingertips of his hand. Kailangan yan, puro ano lang yan. And then, we have a problem with terrorism. What looms very big ahead is the IS. They are coming in, bakbakad tayo sa Mindanao ngayon. As a matter of fact, I've been using the F-50A jets on bombing runs, and I'd like you to know that itong droga, wala itong katapusan, and if somebody there with the bleeding hearts, drug is fueling the terrorism in the South. That's why we have a lot of promising drug laws there again. And Visayas is becoming doon palanding Kasi kung mag-kidnap pa sila, it's a burden. They have to, it's like ibagahe. Karga-karga pa nila ang victim nila. But ang droga, and they know that ang Pilipino gago. Some, but not all. Maski alam nila masisira sila, kakatok sila, may pumunta pa dito na doktor, umalis na ba? Yung buang na black na sinabi niya, ang shabu hindi daw makasira sa ulo. Kaya pala pumunta dito yung putang inang yun, sira ng ulo. At mag-a-announce dito. I was just listening to one of the stations and I heard the idiot, another idiot in this planet. Imagine saying that shabu cannot harm a person. Samantala, pagpapatayin mo nanay mo, pati tatay mo na yung guardian angel, nagbubulong sa iyo na. So he's retiring. I think it's really by May, June ka no? So, puro military halos. Si Roy, pati siya. May isang bakante pa, madagdagan ko pa ng isang military, kumpleto na yung hunta natin. Hindi sila kayo magkudita. Nandiyan na kayo na. Pagod na ako. You know guys, you might think that I enjoy travel, jetting in and out. when you are old, saka estudyante pa kami, talagang, ayan, si Susan, yan, ang tiga-abang sa amin dyan sa domestic noon. Ako kasi congressman, I had to go home. I hate to travel because it makes me dull already. Even if you are tumatamaan na ako ng jet lag. Would you believe it, at one time, we were talking sa bilateral, I think it was in, where was that, sir? For the first time in my life, kaharap ko yung Prime Minister, natulog ako, ginising ako niya, say, Mr. President, sabi ko, I was just thinking aloud, hindi ko talaga kaya. That's why I brought my family to tide me over. It's about time that if you can shorten my term to 3 years, talagang okay sa akin. Totoo. Paggawa ng... they might decide to hunta na lang muna kasi maraming tarantado eh. Di patinuin na muna nila ang Pilipinas. But I assure you that, just let me announce, yung mga oligarchs, and they are known, they're about, kagaya ng Inquirer, ng Dunkin' Donut, siyang may-ari, nakakuha sila ng propiedad for 25 years, it was renewed for another 25 years, and they have a tax liability of 1,500,000,000. Walang bayad-bayad lang. And when you are editorialized, you are pictured to be the number one robber of this country. When as a matter of fact, it is really itong who are privileged by family connection and political idiotic patronage. That has anong bingan sa akin. I will recover, and I am appealing to all Filipino, the oligarchs. Talagang sisirain ko kayo. Return the property of the people and pay your taxes. Because I need it to build houses. Yung hanggang housing ng pulis, inagaw pa ng kadamay. Sabi ko, I called them, sabi ko, huwag na kayong do not, you just shut up, I'll just build you another one. And we will continue to, whatever little money that we can have. Gurado na nyo, corruption is, wala. Hindi talaga ako papayag. Hindi talaga ako papayag. Mag-away na mag-away kami, you have to terminate everybody. I will terminate everybody anytime. You look, outside, it's about 105 million Filipinos. Marami yan pa yung mga pulis, kayo. Marami dyan naghanap ng trabaho. There are a lot of criminality graduates, ano ito, criminology, waiting to be employed. I will not hesitate to fire you all. Papasukin ko yung mga bago na gustong makatrabaho and those who want to serve them. This time, it's all Filipino. My endeavors is all Filipino. Ako mismo, President, I do not accept my allowances. Sweldo ko lang. I do not sign any voucher giving me an allowance of sweldo ko lang. Kaya huwag kayong humingi sa akin, kaya pareho lang tayo. Maghanap kayo ng iba ng may pera. So, that's my... Anything else?
Sir, you mentioned there's still, I'm sorry, I have to go back to the appointments. Yung DFA, sir, na lang po yata ang bakante. Baka po meron na rin kayong natitingnan pangalan. And I understand si General Año is supposed to retire in October. How soon do you want him to assume his post as new
No, I want him to complete because there are projects which he has to... No, at this time, you cannot just pull out somebody in the armed forces, especially those who are tasked of programming what will happen next and the remedies that we are supposed to be ready. Dito sa DFA, I remember I signed an appointment just before I left my room, and I saw the name of Senator Cayetano sa DFA.
You signed it today, sir, before you left?
No,
Okay.
itong hapon lang na to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So the others.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. I'm Catherine Valente from the Manila Times. Sir, we'd just like to know what's your marching order to Acting Secretary of Environment, Mr. Roy Simato, particularly po on the issue of mining.
You know, in a meeting, I was already having a cabinet meeting, and I remembered Simato was there in front of me. And also I remembered na de facto lang siya. So I cut the meeting because I sabi ko, with your indulgence, sabi ko magtindig muna tayong lahat. And, sabi ko may kafgo dito sa kwarto natin. Hindi ito regular. It's just a kafgo. Tingin sila sino. Si Mato. Wala namang ranggo yan. Hindi pa na siya. Sabi ko, iswear na natin. And in this short response, sinabi ko lang, you know, we have been friends. There will never be a time that I will call you for any favor for anybody. All that I ask of you is just to be true to yourself, to be true to your country, and protect the environment. But remember, there is a mining law, and we cannot altogether banish it. Kasi may mining law, it has to be erased from the statute books. Otherwise, it has to be regulated, unallowed. Yan ang problema dyan. We want stricter measures. But there's the mining law. So what can we do? The law itself allows it. And if you just disregard it, that would be an impeachable offense.
Sir, regarding the former Secretary Gina Lopez, are you inclined to give her another government post?
Wala pa at this time. Wala pa.
Okay,
Hanap ako ng babae na madaldal. Tulungan mo ako ng hanap. Yung madaldal dyan sa inyo. The most talkative. Hear about.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, may Twitter post po si UN Special Rapporteur Agnes Callamard last week na yun daw pong shabu ay hindi raw po nagdudulot ng violenteng reaction sa gumagamit nito at yung shabu raw po ay wala raw pong masamang epekto sa isip ng isang tao.
She should go to a honeymoon with that black guy, the American. They should, I will pay for their travel. They should be together and discuss between silang dalawa. Kasi kung ang shabu mabuti, ma'am, kung ang shabu is really in consonance with their pronouncement, siguro beginning tomorrow maglagay ako ng mga ano dyan. Puno ng shabu yan. Dyan sa kanto. Kuha ka lang. Tapos pagdating ng mga media, pag nakursunadahan mo, sige report, di patayin mo. Ay, you know, kung makapabuti yan sa Filipino, ma'am, binigay ko na yan. Sa totoo lang. Ako na mismo ang magpaluto ng instead of pulbura sa Bulacan, o sabay ko sa pulbura. Sa Perkrake, paluto ko shabu. Ako na ang maglagay dyan sa sari-sari. Free.
Ay, meron pa pong mga reports na si Miss Callamard daw po ay may kaugnayan po sa American-Hungarian billionaire George Soros. Dahil po naging...
George Soros is really the owner of itong
Open Society Foundation.
Siya yan. Ngayon, itong projected nila, I will resist it. Why? They have prejudged Shabu and announced, scientific, na it is not a virulent chemical. Pagka ganun, wala na tayong pag-usapan. Bakit ba ako idemanda diyan sa ICC kung kayo mismo, anak ng putang ina, sinasabi na ninyo, ngayong Shabu, hindi nakakasira ng you have prejudged everything and you are referring to the core of the complaint against me. Why would I go there and hang myself?
Sa pagpunta po ninyo sa Russia sa May 25 po, hihilingin niyo po kay President Vladimir Putin na hihingi po ba kayo ng payo kung paano po niya ginawa yung pagban ng Soros-funded NGOs sa kanilang bansa, katulad din po ng ginawa sa Hungary ni Prime Minister Viktor Orban?
Yes. We are a little bit freewheeling and democracy dito. So, it would look bad really para tuloy may tinatago ka. Just let them in and let them have their time. Gaya ng black doctor, o tingnan mo anong pinagsasabi ng ulol, na hindi daw, as a matter of fact, it's an American forensic study, that it shrinks the brain of a person. Hindi naman atin yun eh. And this guy, disagrees with his government and begins to talk here. And the tragedy, kamo, I have not heard there, na ang Shabu para sa kanila, hindi cannot affect the mind of the human being. That's all bullshit to me. That is why I will not talk to them, because my experience until now, and 23 years ago when I became the mayor of Davao City, was always a lot of violence and killing because of Shabu.
Thank you po, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. I have two questions. First, we see si Madam Hanilet and Kitty are here. Magkakaroon po ba kayo ng R&R, bonding time with your family?
Yes, because it's vacation time. And I said, I find it hard to, even I have some medications to take. I do not want these nurses na police na pasok-pasok sa kwarto. So Hanilet is a nurse. And she can very well take care of me. I mean, I would rather have my wife giving the medications. Kasi, strangers, they go in and out. Alam mo, pala pag presidente ka, hourly yan, kukunan ka ng BP. Kasi wala kang sakit. Kukunan ka ng pulso, tapos lagyan ka na yung oxygenation meter. Pala ka talagang nasa pasyente. Tapos susulat nila yan. Because they are required by law to do that. Kasi wala kang sakit, hanapan ka ng sakit para mamatay ka. That's the idea there. Magkasawa ka. Kakasawa ka sa...
Sir?
It's an extravagant attention. Just because you are president. Kung panahon mo na talaga. Hindi na madala yan ng blood pressure niya. When it's your time, it's your time.
Sir, on another note, the U.S. Embassy issued another travel advisory to its citizens regarding reports na baka may kidnapping sa Palawan. Any assurance na...
Well, we have spruced up the place, both physically and the strength of the security forces. My order to the security forces is to shoot them on sight. Patayin ninyo. Do not waste your bullet, tapos we take care of them sa hospital. Expend your bullet to finish the problem. Because it is really a problem. It is a problem of security, law and order. Pag nag-enkwentro kayo, patayin mo na. Marami tayong Filipino. Next year, madagdagan to, mga 125 million na tayo. We can always replenish the supply. Huwag kayong do not worry.
Mr. President, our last question is from Joseph Morong of GMA7.
Hi sir, para
Yes,
po
my
sa inyo
friend.
na manggaling yung appointment regarding the appointment of Ms. Mocha Uson.
Ni sino po?
Kay Mocha Uson, sir.
Si Mocha? Yeah.
Para sa inyo na po manggaling, sir. Whose idea was it? And
Mine.
Okay, sir.
Mine. Well, there's nothing wrong with the woman or the girl. She's bright, she's articulate. And if it's just a matter of dancing, she was not dancing naked. She was winning during the campaign. A little bit sexier than the other. But that does not prevent anybody to deprive her of the honors that they deserve. It's a matter of intellect. Yung pagkasayaw niya, hanap buhay yan eh. That's hanap buhay. There's no law which says that if you expose half of your body with shorts and a bra, you're disqualified from being the president of the Philippines. There's really no law. At utang na loob po yan sa kanila because they offered their services free. At the time when wala akong pera, because they believe in me. Now, it's my time to believe in them. And you can listen to her, you can debate with her. Tignan mo yung Facebook, and she can have a very structured mind. So what's the problem?
Sir, thank you for your time and have a good flight, sir.
Every Filipino should deserve a chance wherever or whatever. Walang problema yan sa akin.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much,
Daghang
members of the
salamat
press.
at ingat kayo ha. There's a committee to take care of you. It's Attorney Kitain, Roy Simato, and Justice Secretary Vit Aguirre. They would be the caretaker sa gobyerno natin. Huwag kayong there is Simato. He's very good. Salamat.
Bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na, Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pag-asenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago. Masdan mo ang paligid, alamak mga krimen, rape, droga at mga nakawan, dapat nang mapigilan. Tayo na, Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. kamay tayo para sa pag-asenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago.
Why am I here? I am here because I love my country and I love the people of the Philippines.
Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago. Mataahon sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pag-asenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago.
Ready? Hold.
Tomorrow,